to the Jankyard. I'm your host, The Treatment, and today we have got another very exciting match for the collection 2025. This time we are going to be watching hmaster versus ebfritz, and they are ready to go. I'm going to pop over, let them know that we're good. This one is going to be, I think, pretty fun because, well, they're all fun, but this one's going to be interesting because it's really a bash 'em up type of game. hmaster is on his Rejuvenate Aerodel list, which, you know, is all about being pretty punchy. And ebfritz has got a very fast aggro style James that has all kinds of flexes. It's got Adaptodon, Ceruleans, and Cloudburst as the potential books, but then it's got 17 allies. And so you really don't know what he's going to start. You know, the Aerodel is a little bit more typical in terms of the 4-book start, and so it's going to be very exciting. So they're going to hop in the game. I'm quite excited for this. I think I have the chat and everything else working, so you guys just let me know you know what's going on. Hey Brankus, good to see you. And yeah, I just was planning on covering some replays this weekend, but life got in the way with Mistreatment's birthday party and the Santa Claus parade, so I still endeavor to do those at some point. But we're going to focus on the new and the now, and so we've got the players already picked their first 5, already decided who's going to go first. It's ebfritz. He's going to drop his Cerulean Diver book, so he is playing that, which is interesting. So I'm potentially aiming to have a little bit more long distance play, but he dropped the Griffin book, so it's not going to be a Griffin for this game. There's no way of him to recur these things, so there you go. And a pretty standard opening from the Aerodel with Rejuvenate and Hippo. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. I don't really have an idea of, you know, who is in a, what it was called, the beatdown position. I think both players have a lot of aggression, but they also have some sustainability. Aerodel 4-book, or I guess it's not really 4-book, it's 3-book plus Rejuvenate. Typically does have the ability to play out longer than having a ton of allies, especially if the Soulfires go off, because Soulfires remove Fritz's ability to recur them with the likes of Shepherds. But, you know, this game is probably not going to last that long. It's going to be very punchy. It's going to go back and forth. I think probably, I'm not going to say round 2. I think still round 3, but we'll see. Adaptodon coming down for the James, and he is going to pull out, what did he pull out? A Glory. Of course he did. He's going to move a Glory to his hand, so we can expect that he's going to play a Light Swordsman or a Sonic. He'll probably decide that later. Oof, some rough meditations for Aerodel. A Sonic, 2 Huntmasters, and a Wallop going down. There are only 2 Huntmasters in the deck, so that's them. There's still 1 more Sonic available. That's a little rough, but it is what it is. So no Huntmaster opening. That's a lot of information. I think that ebfritz will clock that and be like, okay, well, it's either a Sonic or he's just going to go wide and or maybe just play the Rejuvenate style. But not having Huntmasters, that's 2 fewer units. That's a lot less that you can punch with. And we're just going to see the Hippo swing right off the bat. Just, you know, Glories don't defend against it. Light Swordsman doesn't defend against it. Ceruleans don't defend. And you don't necessarily want to give up your Donnie right away. So pop, pop, pop. There's 4 damage. Plus the one that he took earlier. All right, here comes the Glory. So now what we got? We got Glory into Light Swordsman. Is that what he's playing? Yes, he is. Okay. We've got pretty standard James opening. The Adaptodon, I think, will clean up the Diver. I think whoever ends up getting focus on the Diver book, that'll actually be pretty important. The extra source of ping is very good. Ayo, Fred. Ayo, Shadow. My volume is soft? Okay. I can crank it, guys. I can crank it or just talk more loudly. You tell me if it's good enough. I can go a little higher. Last time Fred complained about it being too quiet. So there you go. Yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually double check that this isn't my headphones again. All right. So I don't need those anyway, other than to keep my hairdo looking good. All right. So we've got the hippo there. We don't have a second token on rejuvenate, so no need to worry yet about the double swing, but he's going to have to get something down. I imagine he's got a Sonic in hand. He's got 6 cards we haven't seen. One of them we know is the Light Swordsman. Oh, he's got his own Huntmaster. Okay, so it could still be that he just played the 2 books to have them there for the long game, and then he's got Huntmaster, Sonic, and Light Swordsman, and he wouldn't have... What do we have? He could have another Light Swordsman, basically. So 2 Light Swordsmen and a Sonic. That's a lot of aggression. You can't guard it all. It's not good No, it's not. It's good quality audio. Okay, well, I can't trust you guys. Neither of you know what the heck you're talking about. All right, here we go. So we've got Huntmaster down, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Aerodel. He doesn't have another source of ping yet, so he can't just immediately get rid of that Huntmaster. It'll be interesting to know whether he guards here so that he has the diver not only be able to pull back. Okay, well, he's just gonna water blast right away, so he's putting the threat down because he's got a frog ping and he's got the ability to swing the diver. No, it's not your headphones, Mike. Oh yeah the headphone mic barely works. All right, thanks, Carl, appreciate it. So we know that Shadow's crazy. That's fine, I'm good with that. All right, so we've got we do see the guard. Okay, that's interesting. So he just wanted to guard for the sake of trading into the Huntmaster. I'm curious, what do you guys think of that? I mean, it's obviously, it sucks to have to do that, but it's effectively 2 dice down, right? The diver and the water blast, plus your guard is down, just to take out, well, 3 dice effectively, but if you count the Panther Spirit as having gotten value there too, then really only 2 dice. It's almost even, right? Yeah, the crazy person can remember everything I can't. I'm curious what you guys think of on that trade. It seems like it's a feel bad no matter what you do. Either you take a guard on a 1 attack unit and then you won't have the guard for when the Colossus comes inevitably swinging, or you lose your unit that could guard the Colossus, not assuming that he doesn't have a Sonic here. It feels weird. Yeah, okay. That's what I felt, Fred, because you know that the Light Swordsmen are going to clean up everything. So, pretty good trade. Huntmaster is probably the one that you can do that with because you already got some value out of it. It would feel bad if it was any other knight to just lose right away. All right, so Glory is going to put some damage on this River Colossus. I believe that basically means he's expecting to either trade into Sonic or he's going to try and pressure it with Adaptodon. No, he can't. What am I saying? He doesn't have the 2 dice for Light Swordsman. So Light Swordsman can swing, and then what else is he going to do? What is he going to do? That nature die could be anything, actually. Water Blast early was also bad. Well, is it bad, though? It forces him into a position to effectively guard or not get value out of the Huntmaster. That's what I'm not sure about. You're going to lose the Huntmaster anyway. I almost wonder if it would have been worth swinging the Huntmaster. Like, just swing it to face. Then you take out the diver and get 2 damage in. But then it doesn't force him to guard. I don't know. There's a lot of different lines there, and I'm curious to see how it would have gone if he just swung for 4 Does the Aerodel take 4? Does it still guard and lose the potential for the diver getting another card from the bottom? But then you have to invest more, you still have to invest the Water Blast into the Huntmaster to kill it, except you could do it at any point in time. All right, we've got Huntmaster using Rejuvenate on the Hippo, so he is ready to swing. So now's the time where we either see a Sonic or we don't. Reverberate in the discard pile for ebfritz, and a second Rejuvenate in the pile for Aerodel. I don't think either of those cards are really going to change much, although it does give whichever Reverberate comes up a little bit more punch. What are we going to see from Fritz? If he puts down the Sonic, he knows he's taken 4 to face right away, because you're going to want to keep that alive. Otherwise, he's taken 4 to face, but not guarding, and he'll have it for whatever else. What do we have on the Aerodel side left? The other books. He's got Cloudburst Griffin. So you probably are going to... You could end up taking the Cloudburst Griffin damage too, so it's a potential another 7 damage, which is a little bit rough. It's a very aggressive start. That's a big health pool punch right from round 1. Rejuvenate Colossus is one heck of a thing, I gotta tell you. It's rough. Unless you can instantly remove that Colossus, they get so much value over time. So we know it's got to be 2 Light Swordsmen, right? That's what he used up the nature die. So it is that. It's not anything else. Hippo swings at the swordsman. Is it a guard or is it... Yeah, okay. Makes a lot more sense. So now the guard is down. You kill the Colossus. You exhaust the Griffin. Or you just Light Swordsman the Griffin, really. Can't do much there. There is a Frog Ping to clean anything else up. There's a lot of options, basically, on ebfritz's side. The only thing he has, I guess, going against him is that he's not going top of round, because otherwise it could be a lot. And I don't think he's going to... He doesn't really want to pass here. He wants to stay on the aggressive, because otherwise he risks losing the Sonic for sure in the top of swing. So I'd be curious to see... If I'm Aerodel, I probably just pass here. Yeah, anything hmaster plays is dead on arrival. He could... Okay, so it's just going to be... Is it going to be some aggro? Yeah, just take 2 to the face. Could be a Frog Ping pass. And then you're still sort of putting in... Oh, Reverberate. Okay. Do you think he played that first 5, or do you think that was drawn from the Cerulean? That's an interesting one. Puts down the book. Puts down the Griffin book, because he's got to at least have it down there. He doesn't want to keep that going into round 5. Or round 5. He doesn't want to keep that in his hand. He wants to draw 5. So what do we got? We've got... I think it's just a Frog Ping, right? It's got... Or is it an Ice Trap? Does he have Ice Traps? No, he doesn't. Wallop or Raptor Herder or Clashing Tempers. But you can't Clashing Tempers if you don't have another unit on the board. And Survival of the Fittest won't do too much. It could clear this Sonic. That would be an interesting play. But Survival... That could be an interesting play. Survival of the Fittest. Alright, so the Sonic's just going to clean up the Hippo. Not bother getting the exhaustion on anything. It's not like it would matter, because you're just going to play to clear this Griffin if it comes down. Otherwise, you pass and you're up 2 units. You're almost even on life total. And you've got at least 2 books to carry you through. I think you're pretty happy with this as Fritz. hmaster, if you play the Griffin, you're effectively forcing the light swordsman to come down, and you're trading it with the frog ping. So it's really just to clear out a light swordsman. 3 dice for 1. Not great, but he is ahead on damage, and he has top around, so he doesn't have to worry about too much. It's unfortunate here that ebfritz didn't roll a divine power, because then he could threaten a hippo right off the bat with a sonic swing and at least take guard, assuming he has, other stuff in hand that he can use to pressure with. But yeah, 2 of the, I'm assuming 3, let me just double check that he is running the full suite of them. Yeah, he's running the full suite of light swordsmen, but only 2 sonics. And he's running 2 huntmasters as well. Okay, so he's got another huntmaster, another sonic, and those are his only knights. And then everything else is weenies, herders, the rose gardeners in the bin, shepherds, and a twilight. That's true, Fred. You're right. Frog ping does the same. And so here's a thing for new players. When you don't know and you want to be able to keep your flexibility, the sequencing in that type of scenario actually matters, because you can swing at the Colossus, and unless they have the ability to, unless they're showing Fate Reflection, you can swing first and then frog ping if they don't guard. Or you swing, you get 3 damage down, and then if they, so they've guarded, that's fine. But at least now their guard is down for the entire round. So you're still 10 dice ahead. You haven't really spent anything new. That swordsman probably would have taken some damage. Instead of doing it the reverse, where you frog ping first, which is a little bit more aggressive in terms of forcing the guard if they really care about it, but it puts more of the option in your opponent's hand than it does in your own hand. All right, so we see Fritz meditating away, playing the alchemist and meditating up the frog and the time die, and James convenes. Oh, that's what he convened. He convened Twilight Alchemist. Sorry, I've just noticed that you guys can't see all of the discard pile. That makes it a little bit better. I think 3 wide is the maximum I can do on my screen. All right. Huntmaster swings for 3 at the Sonic. Yeah, that's a pretty safe trade there. Once you have a bunch of 1/1s down, it's easy to threaten, and there's no point in trying to save that hippo. I forget, does he run multiple hippo books? No, he's not running. He's not running multiple hippo books, so that means he's thinking he's got more threats in the bag. Oh, okay, he's got focused divers, which is nice. He's got the Cloudburst Griffin still to put a lot of pressure down, and potentially still a Sonic is out there. All right, hmaster's thinking. Just thinking probably whether he wants to meditate up now or whether he wants to meditate later. How was y'all's weekend? That was a mouthful. How were your weekends? All right, Crystal Archer is down, and if I'm not mistaken, that is the only one in the deck. All right, yeah, Focus Diver. That's what I said, right? Whoever gets Focus Diver for. Oh, well, there you go. So in this case, it becomes a game of chicken. That's fun. Game of chicken with the birds. In this case, because Fritz is ahead on board, he sort of has the tempo the diver tempo advantage, because diver can ping, can ping something off, but then he will have the second, and that's the anchor of divers. That's kind of fun though. 8-hour long role-playing game. Wow, that's a lot, Fred. I slept for 11 hours on Friday night, Saturday. All right, Reverberate is going to clean up 2 units. I don't know about that. I mean, that could wait until any point. I don't see... And that's all he did. He just Reverberate past. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that move. Unless he's really trying to... Unless his hand is terrible and he's trying to fetch something, I don't know what that really does for you. I mean, I guess the problem is that Griffin immediately dies to focused diver plus frog ping. It doesn't obviously die to... Adaptodon's another source of ping. This is going to be really rough now, I think, for hmaster. But I didn't like that move. If there's nothing else he could have done, that to me indicates some trouble, and he's just trying to survive this round. But yeah. All right, so here we go. Here's the ping pong rally of divers. Oh, Fate Reflection. All right, well, that switches up the tempo then. Okay. 1 diver alive. Of course, the Adaptodon still helps. He's just going to put on the damage, get another card. Hopefully he got something good. This Griffin is real. Oh, that's not ideal. A second Rejuvenate? I mean, you play what you got to play, but when you're 4 dice to 7 and you're fetching stuff, that's a little bit rough. This Cloudburst Griffin definitely can't do much. He's got a... Does he have Light Swordsman? Yes, he does. So he could have a Light Swordsman with that Divine Die. That's probably, honestly, what he's showing. He's got the Water Blast and potentially a Raptor Herder. So Donnie's coming down, cleans up the diver, and that sort of puts hmaster in a place where he's like, do I want to spend my Water Blast right now, especially looking at a turtle power, and there is 1 Fate Reflection in deck, and we haven't seen it in the bin, so that is a concern. Not actually 8 hours straight? Well, then I have much less respect for you. If you stop to eat, what's the point? All right. Now hmaster is thinking again. All right, so he is going to Water Blast. Yeah, there's a Fate Reflection. The one-ofs, man, do they come. Like, it's a gamble, but you gotta do it. Class die for a card in a power side. I think that's as much as you can sort of hope for. You're not losing another unit. You're just gonna take 2 damage. I think that is, yeah, that's probably the best case scenario for hmaster with that. And he passes again. All right. Well, now this starts to apply pressure, because Fritz is going to have top of round. This is 5 damage now. If there's nothing on board, that's another 5 damage, top of round. So that puts him within 2. If he's got Light Swordsman, or a Sonic... No, wait, does he have... Yeah, that could be very bad. I don't know if hmaster's going to be able to clear this up. This could be game top of round 3. I mean, Diver, you can't even play Diver right now because you ended up playing the Reverberate. So you don't have a body and you don't have the ping. Light Swordsman comes in. That's going to eat guard. Now all you can do is frog ping away the raptor hatchling, and then you've got nothing. There's no unit. No. There's not even, other than a Fate Reflection, there's nothing that hmaster can do. He's going to end up passing with 1 die. That's going to be rough. Fritz is going to swing. I'm surprised he... Oh, no, because Lightsword has been a side action, right? So he's just going to take his 5 damage now, and then he can still do a lot. He can do Diver, ping the Light Swordsman, swing for another damage. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's still not great, but it's something. Puts some bodies down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, all right, that's GG. That's not what you want to see. Oof. Oh gosh, no. And the Soulfire play for the damage. What a play. Fritz is thinking. I forgot, honestly, that Soulfire did a damage to their Phoenixborn. That was very nice. Wow. I actually completely forgot. So one thing you should always do is read what your opponent's unique does. That was a blowout on that last round. Wow. Very nice from Fritz. That is crazy. Crazy value. That was fast. That was faster than I calculated. I don't think hmaster had any way out, but still. All right. Well, there you have it. Fritz, GG's. Barely used any time on his clock, and just punched right through, right to the face. Fritz is moving on to the semifinals. So congratulations there, big win, and hmaster will be facing. C. I don't know. How does this work? C12. The winner of Matt Bowers and who? I don't know how this works. Because there's a bunch of games that have not been played, so we won't know who the opponent is yet. All right. Still, really well played. That was very crazy, very fast, and yeah, I'm done with my lunch break. So have yourselves a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me know when the game is. And I shall see you guys on the next one. I promise I will get to some of the, whatchamacallits, replays. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye.